Hello, Body Slam fans, and this is Thursday Night Slam. I know you were misinformed in the beginning when you see the countdown. It says Breakfast and Body Slams. Oh, well, we didn't edit the video as of yet for it to say Thursday Night Slam, and I'm wearing the Breakfast and Body Slam shirt just so happenly here on the show. As you see, sitting next to me, who graces me every damn week with his presence, none other than this stud muffin here. Hey, ladies, he's single, Mr. T.Reyes.
What up? Thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fairly well. As you notice, we're not in the homemade studio because it was flooded thanks to Hurricane Idaho. That's what she is, an Idaho. So since that flooded up a little bit, we had to bring everything upstairs to my dining room. And no, I don't have a spread or buffet laid out for us. Last week we had pizza, which that felt pretty good. It was yummy for my tummy. And Dennis got a little mad because he didn't have any. He couldn't reach through the damn screen. But speaking of Dennis, let's bring our good buddy in, Mr. Dennis Reaper. Look at him with his mean face.
What?
Well, before we got on the air here, you were already stuffing your face, eating something as always. It seems like that's a quite common thing recently that, every time we go around, you always has something to eat.
Well, I can't help it that I have my daughter on Thursdays, and I make enough for her, but then I'm always hungry afterwards.
Hey, it's all right. She comes first. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Hey, we love our kids.
Sometimes I'll think about it.
Look, Chio, look at me.
JoJo's probably listening. JoJo's probably calling me a dickhead right now underneath her breath.
Beyond many things.
It seems like we're missing somebody here.
I think we are. I thought it was Pat. We missing Pat?
No, Pat. No,
Chucky?
No, Chucky. It's the better one. What's his name again? The better Bernard guy. The Saint Bernard guy. Wait, what's his name again? Mikey, yeah, that's who it is.
Oh.
And hey, look, there's Mikey. What's up?
There we are.
How's it going?
What's up?
What's
going on, guys?
Mikey, I don't know if you guys heard. Wait, I don't think you guys are part of the Captain's Lounge group that we have, but Chucky and Pat were at it again, talking about who's the A team of the show. This and that. Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's clearly they're jealous. We are the prime show. I mean,
most definitely.
It's the A show. You know what? This is like in WWE when Daniel Bryan was getting called the B+ player. Well, they're the B+ show, and we're the A show.
Well, there's something, all right. But ladies and gentlemen, let me just give you all the cheap plugs that we have. Starting off with, of course, Thursday nights. You have us, Thursday Night Slam at 9:05 every week. We have a different guest on that we talk with, and follow that. We do our freestyle discussion. On Saturdays, you get to check out the Old School Show at 8 a.m. and the Gobbler Inc. at 9 a.m. And these guys are in studio at the Last Out Media Studio down in towards the Philly area. We don't want to give out the location because we don't want no stalkers trying to come after any of us if they don't like what they hear.
Yeah.
And once a month on a scheduled Saturday, you get to see Breakfast and Body Slams at 10 a.m. On Sundays, we got
the prime team.
You got that right. And on Sundays, you got the Sullivan Squad at 9 a.m. And I believe the MMA Misfits changed their name. I seen it was the Combat Misfits now, I believe. I think they're going by.
Yep,
Well,
Combat Misfits.
Well, they're on at 10 a.m. Damn, I have to redo their logo now, looks like. And what about our podcast affiliates out there who are listening? Good friends of ours at the Tornado Tag Podcast, Anthony Blackwell and Andy Header, every Friday night at 9 p.m. You can just Google them, and they're on pretty much every platform out there, as well as the two Daves, Sweet Tea referee Dave Keener and DB Richards at the 2300 Wrestling Podcast as well. You can Google them. They're out there everywhere. And we have a international affiliate all the way live from Puerto Rico, Conversación de Lucha Libre. And like I said, all you got to do is Google them. They're everywhere. Thanks to our boy Johnny Blaze last week who got us to hook up with them out there. We're plugging them in Puerto Rico. They're plugging us from back over there for people to come in and listen to us over here. But a lot of stuff happened in the world of wrestling today. But we're going to get to all that. First and foremost, I want to bring in our guest for this evening, none other than all the way from out in New Jersey, whichever direction that is. I'm in the house here. From Pro Wrestling Magic. And you know me, guys. I butcher names. Anthony Iovino.
Wow, you nailed my name. I'm very impressed.
I had to say it very, very slowly.
You nailed it.
Like I'm in kindergarten trying to say my alphabet.
Great job. I'm proud of you. A lot of people fuck it up on a regular basis.
I had a quick look down at my nose because I wanted to say Iovina. I'm like, no, it's an O on the end. Oh.
Ace Romero still calls me Anthony Lovino to this day. I don't think he realizes my last name's Iovino.
Somebody kept telling me, like, that's an L. That's an L. No, it's an I.
No,
an I.
Definitely
it's an I. No, I've even known it. I even looked at the name as like, I'm not going to pronounce this, but I know that's an I. But I'll butcher it, so I'm not even going to try to attempt it. But the fact that Chio got it right on the first try. T, can you pat him on the back for me? Because I can't. I'm all the way here.
I'm going to do Barry Horowitz. I'm going to Barry Horowitz it. T, can you fill us in on recent news? We had a passing in the world of wrestling.
Yeah. Last night we had a tragedy happen in the world of wrestling. Former WCW TNA superstar Daphne battling with mental health issues. This one hit a little close to home because I know everything that I deal with it a lot. But it's not about me, it's about her. And it's about people that need help like her before it got too late. She was a pioneer of her kind, one of the first few goth chicks to ever grace us on stage. Her infectious smile warmed up the locker room. And it's just a terrible, terrible sight and news that we have to deal with. As somebody who deals with this on a constant level every day, if you feel you need to talk to somebody no matter what. If you feel you're going to that dark place, go to the hospital. That's what I did. Most people don't have that luxury. Most people may think it's weak or under them, that people may guilt them, make them feel some sort of way for feeling weak. Don't, because you're better than them. You need the help. So if you have somebody that is dealing with everything that you're dealing inside, the demons, because everybody has different demons and we don't know what they are. You know, mental health, it's a big thing. and not many people see it because, like, well, it's just because they're depressed and this and that. No, sir. I've been trying to shake it depression for 3 years now. It sucks. I told Dennis, I told Chio, I told Mikey, I cry nearly every day. I hurt. But to see it on a grand scale, somebody who's so loved, it just sucks. Condolences to her family, her loved ones, her friends around the wrestling business. Shannon, obviously, she was a wonderful person because the outpour cry, the emotions from people. There was no reason for what happened. Somebody should have been there for her. Like I said, if you don't have nobody, find somebody. Call whoever. You got to call 911 to call 911 to vent. I guarantee you they'll send somebody to help you. You know, there are plenty of suicide prevention lines. You know, towards the end of it, we're going to read a couple numbers. Find one for you guys to call in the U.S. The Veterans Health Crisis, which I deal with a lot. Trust me, they hate me by now because I keep calling them. You know, it just sucks because no matter how much I say right now, nobody knows what goes through in my head, and nobody knows what's been going through in her head. And for her to have that video that said, you know, nobody's there for, and the outcry, almost like there was people there for. Just people need to see it before it happens. People need to pay attention to the signs, the struggles that we go through on a daily basis that nobody sees. Because we're going to tell you everything's fine. We only say everything's okay, but it's not. It's never. So, Shannon,
I believe we're gonna want to take a moment of silence. Let's, if you're watching, you know, just take 10 seconds right now, just in her memory.
Shannon's bro, rest in peace.
Yeah, we'll start now. All right. Yeah, it's a very emotional day going on in the world. You know, people dealing with floods and all that stuff. But we're going to try to finish out the night here this Thursday night on a brighter note. Why? Because we have Anthony from Pro Wrestling Magic. And how are you doing, brother?
I'm great. I got to say, this is the latest breakfast party I've ever been to in my life.
Well, this is actually technically Thursday Night Slam. Our other show is Breakfast and Body Slams. We started with that one. We morphed into this one, and it's a growing thing. Who knows? You never know. We might throw another show out there that we might do out of the clear blue.
Wait, you mean to tell me you're not sending me waffles right now? Because that's the only reason I'm here.
Hold on, if he's sending you waffles, he needs to be sending me eggs.
What the fuck?
I knew Dennis was going to say something.
Yeah.
With bacon.
Jay George is on his way over to drop off some waffles and a happy ending for you.
Wow, that's pretty foul, man.
Oh, Jay.
But but let's get into things right now. Anthony, buddy, friend, pal, you are, from what I know from me doing my research, you are the executive director of Pro Wrestling Magic. Now,
I'm technically the head of the board of investors,
Okay.
I put on LinkedIn executive producer because I feel like it has a better lingo than head of the board of investors. But yeah, executive producer, head of the board, whatever you want to call me.
Yeah. Like instead of putting like security guard on stuff like LinkedIn, I put staff support technician or specialist, some shit like that. Yeah, whatever makes us feel good. I'm like, and I'm sure Dennis is a carpenter. He's thinking about it.
I build closets for a living.
See, he's a carpenter.
I go in the closets, I come out of the closets. I build them, I put them up, and I tear them down. It's kind of a win-lose situation here.
All right. So Anthony, let's get to the point.
Where you want to start?
Yeah, we're starting big time. We're gonna go back, way back, old school back style. Too bad we ain't got Shane Fear to do this. This would be great for him. We're going way back to old school style of how the hell did you get well, not involved quite yet, but how did you love wrestling growing up? Who got you into it? Who was your favorite wrestler and stuff like that? What started it all?
No one's ever asked me that question before. I love it.
Really?
Yeah. No one really gives a shit, I guess. I don't do a lot of podcasts though.
We special like that.
That's like the number one question to ask somebody.
Yeah.
I love it. So what was the first WCW game that came out for Nintendo 64? Was it World Tour? World Tour.
I think so.
Yeah, WCW NWO World Tour. So it was a big gamer back. I think that was probably like 96, 97. I was a huge gamer, big into N64. I think I was just getting into PlayStation at that time. But I would go to my buddy's house every weekend and we'd just play every game under the sun. And his brother bought WCW NWO World Tour. And I played it. And I was like, this is pretty cool. And then like a week later, I'm flipping through the channels and I came across WCW. And I'm like, holy shit. This is Buff Bagwell. I know him from the game. I'm going to watch this. And that's how I get into it. And then I just fell in love with it from there. That wasn't my first exposure into it, though. My first actual exposure into it was, again, flipping through the channels. That's what you did in the 90s. My brother and I were watching just whatever we could find. And we were flipping through. And if you guys remember that, to me, it was iconic. But I'm going to say it's iconic. But this iconic scene where Mankind is being interviewed by Jim Ross about how he grew up, and then he starts talking about eating the worms and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, pulling the hair out.
Yeah. That was the first piece of wrestling I've ever seen in my entire life. And I loved it, but my mom walked in and said, Anthony, turn that shit off right now. Go to bed. So I'm like, all right, whatever. And then I forgot about it, and then I stumbled across WCW NWO World Tour, and the rest is history. I got into WCW, and then eventually into WWE, not shortly thereafter, maybe 6 or 7 months after that.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were a little disappointed in World Tour until you came across the WWF No Mercy.
Get the fuck out of here, man! No way,
dude.
Revenge was the best. Revenge was the best.
No Mercy had to be hands down like the best wrestling video game that everyone keeps talking about. And now with AEW, they got the guy who helped produce and make No Mercy. He's on their team or roster to do their video game that's coming out.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, obviously
that's really cool.
Yeah, so you might need to go buy yourself another 64 and go get a No Mercy game instead and start playing that.
Have you seen, by the way, not to pen us a wrestling podcast, but I'm into vintage video games too. Have you seen what N64s and some of these games are going for now? Have you guys seen this?
Dude, it's insane.
Oh, ridiculous.
What? It's crazy.
I actually bought myself for $100 a original NES. It's sitting it's sitting right there.
Wow.
I got
awesome.
Mario 1, 2, and 3. I got all the wrestling ones that I found. They're downstairs in the cave, put away. I don't even try to play them. I keep them put away, and a bunch of others. So you got into wrestling by WCW World Tour. I got to say it like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, No Mercy's better still. But anyway,
Don't ever say that.
so you're going ape shit crazy when you see Buff Bagwell. Now was he your go-to guy since he was the one you spot from the video game? Uh-oh. Are we having issues there?
I'm back. Sorry,
Oh.
I don't know what's going on with my internet lately. I'm back.
Okay.
So I heard you say going
Yeah.
batshit with Buff Bagwell, which I did.
So
lost you after that.
was he your go-to guy then after seeing him from the video game, then on TV, or did you have other guys in mind that you start to idolize?
Yep. NWO all the way, baby. Black and white for life, always. That was literally what got me into it. Like they sucked me in. And also Sting. I was a big Sting guy too.
Yeah. So which NWO part did you like? Was it the black and white, the black and red, the Wolfpack?
Black and red was corny. No, man.
What?
Black and white all day, every day. The OG.
Oh man!
I just like hearing Conan coming out talking shit.
Well, he did that when he was black and white too. Nothing changed. He just had a different color shirt on.
Nah, but yeah, like him, and no matter what group was gold with him though. It was like
he was great.
When he was like with the filthy animals, that was great. I love that group.
I never played the WCW game. I can't lie. Like the only games I ever played on my N64 were a sports game, and then WrestleMania 2000.
WrestleMania 2000 was good. No Mercy was good. Like it's the same game.
WrestleMania 2000 was great, and WCW game was great because I played it after way down the road. But the reason I liked WrestleMania 2000 is I had a friend that literally imported everybody into the game, and it was like, all right, well, I don't have to buy that game now. I already have them. The gameplay sucked. Like, let's not be real. Like, it was a good game, but the gameplay just was like, well, that was kind of cheesy how that match was supposed to. Oh, okay. I lost.
So from my research and stuff like that, besides getting in the world of professional wrestling and being a man in charge in a management position in there, you also have a background in culinary arts.
True. Yeah.
As well as being a teacher for early learning.
That is true. What did you go to my LinkedIn? What's going on here?
I went to a little bit of everything. And hold up. And just so it happens, something that just passed recently, I would like to wish you right here on the show a very happy birthday. August 26th, it just passed.
Thank you.
You're about what, 72 now?
No, that's you.
Thanks, man.
Shit. Dennis, don't give it away.
Sorry,
give it
Leaning
away.
on you.
I'm the old head. Yes.
I was gonna say he looks pretty young for 72 years old.
Yeah, I am the governor of wrestling. GOV, grumpy old vet. That's me. The gov.
I love it. True story. Someone asked me how old I was when it was my birthday a week ago from today.
You lied.
I had no idea. I had no fucking idea. I had to do the math in my head.
Listen, that happens to me consistently. Someone will be like, Dennis, how old are you? I'm like 33, 35. They go, what do you mean 33? I'm like,
dude,
I don't know. I don't keep track of my age. It's hard enough that my daughter is going to be 9 in less than 16 days. And I'm like, I lose track of her birthday, and it's tattooed on my arm. There's days when people are like, when was your daughter born? I go, hold on real quick.
Here we
The
go.
19th of September. Did you just look at your tattoo? I go, listen. In my defense, I've had a lot of concussions. I don't remember shit unless it's tattooed on me. It happens.
He has my name tattooed on his ass, so see, he remembers me.
It's always good to see it there, so when I gotta take a crap, I think of Chio.
Yeah, exactly.
Share your gift.
Oh.
I'm not sharing my gift.
So your birthday celebration, was it very good? Did you get some good gifts here?
Yeah, it was fun, man. It was fun. My parents came over. I live down in Freehold, New Jersey. By the way, you talked about New Jersey like it was at a faraway land. Where do you live?
Yeah,
Where are you right now?
far. I'm in
You live in
Reading,
Reading.
Pennsylvania.
I don't
Yeah,
know the
you're.
fuck that is.
Yeah, keep thinking
Okay.
exactly.
Oh, watch
Alright.
this. Hold on. I got you. You know where Hamburg, Pennsylvania is?
No, is that where they invented the hamburger? That was a joke.
No, but that's where Yingling is made.
Oh, cool.
No, England's in Pottsville.
Whatever, but listen, it's close
Okay,
enough, okay?
okay.
I know Philly. I know New
Okay.
Hope. And
I'll
that's
do
it.
this. I'll put it in a triangle. You got Allentown, Pennsylvania,
Okay, Allentown, I know.
Philly, Pennsylvania,
Okay.
and you got Harrisburg. It's like a triangle. I'm in the middle.
Oh, all right.
He literally, it really is.
I'm basically literally in the middle.
Like if my nose was Reading, and the triangle's there. That's Reading.
Yeah.
As
Got
weird
it.
as that
Got it.
this description it just
Yeah.
happened. I don't
Yeah,
know where that came
my
from.
shithole of a town, Reading. No, I can't say too bad because I had a guy working with me today from Lancaster. He was coming and helping us out, and he was saying about how Reading. I'm like, dude, it's not the town, it's people. People just give it a bad rap because some people are scared to come here. And I say, hey, there was a 2 white couple that came in, and I said, where you're from? And like, they were so worried about Reading, like, oh, we're from the country. They said where they were from. I'm like, guy looking like me, as brown as I am, walking in your neighborhood, I'll be scared of coming there, So it's like, and they look at me weird. Well, see, tit for tat. I'm like, you're scared to come here. I'm scared to go there just because of the way I look. So, but enough about these has-beens. We're talking about Anthony here and the world of professional wrestling. Now, Anthony, you were introduced in, wrestling the way you did, video games, seeing on TV and stuff.
Yeah.
How did you get your feet wet? Who did you meet to open the door and introduce you to the independent world of pro wrestling?
So
nobody asked you that before either, probably.
I don't know, actually. I don't think so. Like I said, I don't do a lot of podcasts. No one loves me except for you guys. Thanks for having me on. No, so I think so. I wrestled before I got into promoting. So I'll take you back to holy shit, 8th grade. So 2 years after I got into wrestling, I started doing backyard wrestling with my friends, and I think that kind of opened the door. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty fun. I like beating up my friends. It's a good time. And then I met after.
Well, we got a little slack there in audio and video. It froze up.
Of doing that, just sorry.
It's still. I'm not sure what's going on. Yeah, we don't hear you, or yeah, you're froze. Can you hear us?
Man, I gotta get a picture of this.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll just screenshot it then.
Oh, I got it.
Wait, I think he came back. Let's right. He's coming back in. He's in on something else.
Oh, I hear an echo.
All right. Let me cut the other one off. All right.
I got it. Sorry, guys. Hopefully this doesn't screw up your audio, but I don't know, for whatever reason, my phone keeps going in and out.
No, it's all right. It's all right. You know what? On every show, we have some kind of audio technical problem with one of us. One of us somewhere always has something going on. So it's no big thing. And we just work around it just like any other show. And you just keep it moving.
It's all good, man. You want to know the funny part is I work in video conferencing. That's what I do for a living. And I literally have video conferencing right there. And I'm on this thing all day, and there's never any problems. So I don't know what the hell's going on.
Maybe you could.
I think
you probably could have logged on with that.
I think it's
That's
StreamYard because there's times there's a lag on some of us, but I don't think it's ours itself. I think it's the provider
server
himself,
Yeah.
and it sucks because it's a great server. It just sometimes doesn't work as clean as it should.
I think also, like, with my household here, we got so much shit connected to the internet. But right now I'm not on Wi-Fi. I have a direct connect with the Ethernet. But yeah. Going back to you.
Where'd you lose me?
You start talking about you were backyard wrestling and went from there.
Yeah, so got into backyard wrestling. A few years into backyard wrestling, I met a gentleman by the name of Steve Off. You may know him.
Nah, I don't know, man. I say he sounds familiar. Sounds familiar.
I think I was a freshman in high school when I met him. He was a sophomore. We backyard wrestled together for a while. He had his own backyard wrestling promotion. I had my own backyard wrestling promotion. We cross promoted. We had a lot of fun. And like a year into it, me and him were like, let's just go start training. Like, why not? And this was kind of before, I don't know, there was no social media then. The internet was just kind of, it's been out like, probably 8 years at that point. But for kids our age, like early high school in the late 90s, early 2000s, we're just kind of getting into it. So we found this website. I think it was bodyslamuniversity.com or something like that. Body Slam U.
I think I heard of that one before.
Yeah. So we wound up going to this building in Garfield. Steve's mom drove us, and we signed up to start training. We went one time. We saw them training there. It was this tiny, tiny building. Probably fit. They had shows in there too. Probably fit 20 fans tops, and it had a 16-foot ring in it that it was literally this high off the ground. And I'm like, you know what? Let's just do it. So Steve and I signed up, and we started training. That was I was a sophomore in high school when we signed up. Steve was a junior. Jesus, man, that would have been 2003. So almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, we started training, and they put us in some battle royals, and Steve and I were really struggling with we didn't know if we wanted to be a tag team. We didn't know if we wanted to do singles things. We couldn't really figure out what we wanted to be, what kind of character we wanted to be. So I don't know if you guys know Doc Callahan, but he's
was he a heavyset guy, bald head?
Yeah.
And he used to team with Bouchard.
Yes.
But he goes by a different name now, though.
Manny Rodriguez. Baby.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah, because when he at the last Magic show, he was like Chio. I'm looking at him like, he's like, it's me. Remember? I'm like, oh shit, yeah, because because we had a match with him, Doc, and my old partner. I'm like, look, guys, we're gonna do the match this way. I told him, I said, okay, let's just do this. I basically called the whole match. Guys, we're doing this. They hit everything. They nailed it. It was perfect. It was beautiful.
I love it. So, so Doc walks up to us one day after training, and he goes, he looks at Steve, and he goes, you know what, Steve, you look like a jerk off. Anthony, you look like a jack off. And at this point, we had two other friends doing it with us, and he's like, you look like a whack off, and you look like a beat off. You're the Off Brothers. I'm like, wait, what? And that's how the name Off, the gimmick, was born.
Honestly, I think when the internet start buzzing, when it started to happen, like a long time ago, I think I actually heard of the Off Brothers. Literally, I swear to God, no lie. But I never knew who they were. I just heard the name. That was it.
See, a little tidbit on that, and you guys joked about Jay George before. I don't know if this is a true story, but he told me he went to an indie show to go watch the Off Brothers when he was growing up, and we were one of the reasons why he wanted to get into wrestling. I'm like, I told him he was full of shit, but pretty cool. We worked 3 companies. We did work a couple JCW shows when they were at the peak, but we were really just in battle royals, and we never really had any starring spots or anything. We never got like just a radon tag match, but we were brand new. And honestly, I only think, Ricky O used to run JCW. I honestly think he only put us on the shows because Steve and I would go to every JCW show, Even at the time in like 2002, 2003, where they were really struggling to pack the building, I remember it was me, Steve, and two of our buddies, Jay Lethal's entire family, who would go to every show. It was like 37 of them. And the main event, that was it. It was us four and Jay Lethal's entire family. And the main event was Homicide versus CM Punk.
Okay.
In Garfield, New Jersey.
Wow.
And there was 12 of us there. It was insane, absolutely insane. But we were religious about going to his shows. And I think when we started training, we started helping break down the ring after the shows. And he wound up putting us in a couple shows. And then we got, what was it? Johnny Dapper, I think his name was, NWS. I don't know. He approached us.
Dapper, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I love your shtick. Let's get you in here. He booked us for a long time. So that was it. And then we worked together as the Off Brothers for probably close to 3 years. And then I retired. I hung him up.
Now, when you say retired, was it a personal choice or was it an injury? Maybe
it's funny, right? Because I lied to everybody about it. So my girlfriend wanted me to quit because she hated it. My girlfriend at the time, she was an asshole, by the way. So she wanted me to quit. I don't want you to get hurt anymore, and I'm like, whatever. So I told the promoters, Richie Rotten at the time, who was the head teacher for BWO and Body Slam U, and an overall, great teacher, great guy. I told him, like, I got to focus on my career. I had just left. You brought it up before. I just left the daycare center, and I went over to the tech company I was working at. I'm like, I really need to focus on my career. But it was a little bit of it was funny because I said that, and then I wound up actually focusing on my career. Dumped my ex-girlfriend. Well, she dumped me. Whatever. Don't tell anybody. And I wound up doing really well in my job. I did focus on it, and and now I run my own company for Pro Wrestling Magic, which is pretty cool. It's funny how things come full circle sometimes.
Yeah, it's like when you have one idea of doing one thing, and even though it was great at the moment, it just probably wasn't your niche, and you found your niche, what you wanted. Well, I'm not gonna say you wanted to do, but from the start, but it just grew into that.
Yeah.
What you're doing now, it morphed.
Well, I did not want to quit. Let me be clear with that. I hated having to quit. I fucking hated it. But by the time I dumped her, or she dumped me, whatever, don't tell anyone. By the time we were no longer together, I was completely out of shape. I was just I was huge. It was huge. I was out of shape. I couldn't do anything.
So you're
a few more times, and then I couldn't get into it. I don't know. It was weird, but I never got back into it from that standpoint. And then Steve and our old friend Chad Adams, who passed away a few years ago, co-founded Magic with Doc Callahan and Evan Myers and John Barberi. I don't know if you guys know any of those guys, but they're all part of the original class and the founders. And I went to the first couple shows just to go support them, and I told them they sucked. Like, you guys suck. This is boring. The show is horrible. And then Steve called me one day, and he's like, "We want you to come in and run Magic for us." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" And that was back in 2016, I think. So I got aboard. They were already operating for almost a year at that point. And then they brought me on to run the show to help, Steve and Chad and the gang just kind of, run things over there. And it's been awesome ever since then.
It's sometimes like people will notice in somebody else that like you have a good mind, you have a great eye for talent, for ideas of what's gonna happen, and people will see that. Where sometimes we are our own worst critics, where we can help everyone else, but we won't help ourselves. So right there, as soon as they asked you, "Hey, we want you to run Magic," it was like, okay, they basically already know you. They know you. They know what you're good. Hey, and then it just basically what I'm getting at is it just helped open your eyes even more. Like, yeah, they're right. Yeah, hell yeah, I can do this. Like, fuck yeah. Sorry, Pat.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're supposed to keep this PG, right?
Nah, I don't know. No, well, we try. I said sorry, Pat, because Pat is our head man in Devereaux Sports, who put our teams together of all the other podcast teams, and he's trying to keep us PG as much as possible. And sometimes we let bombs drop and this and that in the heat of the moment and stuff like that. But we're trying to tone it down, because, hey, you never know what might happen. You never know. Somebody might like our show and pick us up and want to put us actually on a radio show or something like that. We don't know. I don't see it happening right now because we're just we're freshly new starting out. We'll give it some time. We'll see what happens. So now they bring you in Pro Wrestling Magic. You're in here for now. How many years have you been a part of since you stepped in that position till now? How many years has it been?
So I actually left for a little bit. So I did my first stint was 1.5 years, and it was great. Right, it was absolutely awesome. And there was another one of our buddies, Jerry, was involved. And we brought in another friend of ours, Carlos, who you guys know as I almost cursed it. I forget his gimmick name. Carl Roberts, maybe. He's one of our announcers now.
Oh, on commentary.
Yes, on commentary. And we were the booking committee. And honestly, Steve, when he appointed me in that role, it was me, Jerry, Carlos, and Steve. We were the booking committee. We made all the decisions together, and I started to bring in some bigger talent. Whereas early on, they were more focused on, let's just do the local talent. And again, things have gone kind of full circle, and I'll get to that, but it was all about local. And then I came in and I'm like, let's change the game. Let's just try to do something different. So my first show, we brought in Drew Gulak before he got signed, or almost like right before.
Nice.
So we did Gulak versus Matt Tremont, which went over really well. We got kicked out of the Ace building because of it, but almost got kicked out, I should say, because they had an impromptu hardcore match they didn't tell anybody about.
Obviously.
Yeah. And then, we started bringing in Tommaso Ciampa was on the next show. We brought in the Beaver Boys, so John Silver and Alex Reynolds, before they got signed anywhere, obviously back in 2016. We started bringing them in on a regular basis. We started bringing in younger talent we felt was going to do really well. Private Party is an example. I met Keith Lee. I went scouting up in Beyond. So I went to his debut in Beyond at Gigantic, which I think was June of 2015. And I fell in love with Keith Lee. I saw his first match there against Donovan Dijak. I'm like, we need this guy on our shows. So
That's
Keith
nice.
Lee,
That's awesome.
Yeah, he started to become a regular. And yeah, it's awesome, man. So I changed the game. I changed the script a little bit. I had the full support of everyone there within Magic. And then where the needle really turned was our first Kingdom Come show, which is our big annual show. And we did JT Dunn versus Cody Rhodes in Cody's first appearance with us. And that really got us on the map. It was just perfect timing because Cody was only on the scene for maybe 2 months at that point. We had brought Brandy on with us 2 months prior to that, and she had her first ever official wrestling match in a Pro Wrestling Magic ring. True story.
Right. Sweet.
That is awesome.
Grace. It's on YouTube now. You can go check it out if you want. But bringing Cody on was so perfectly timed because our show was on a Sunday. The Saturday night before, he was announced as the newest member of the Bullet Club, literally like this. So there was a photo shoot that we did with Cody and Brandy just behind the Pro Wrestling Magic banner that we have set up now. And New Japan Pro Wrestling posted that picture with our logo on their website and all of their social media. So we started to get a ton of eyes on our product from that point forward, which has not really died down, honestly, over the last, that was close to 5 years ago now. So
yeah, you never know by accident where where someone's going to notice your product, even something just as your logo being in the background of him. So whoever took that picture and whoever published it like there out there like that, and for them to grab that particular picture, that's a blessing in disguise.
Yeah,
Yes, it is. Absolutely.
It was awesome, man. It was all absolutely awesome. So to go back to your question, so I left after the second Cody appearance when we did Cody versus Keith Lee in June of 2017. There was a couple reasons I left. I felt like we were starting to have a difference of opinions kind of internally, and I'm like, I'm not going to jeopardize my friendships over a wrestling company. And also, I was spending a lot of money and not necessarily getting the return that you would anticipate from spending a lot of money. So that was it. I took a little bit of a break, and I came back in June of 2019, which has been really, really fun so far. I did some fun spots early on with Ace Romero, who's become a good friend. And, it's been awesome. And then working through the pandemic has been very challenging, and we wanted to keep the lights on and try to give people something to look forward to and have fun with. And it was tough trying to just getting 50 people in the building is
I know that there for a fact was a probably huge pain in the ass for everybody.
Oh yeah, it was tough, man. It was tough. We're gonna try to get a new audience with live streaming. We're still working on that, and we started with Fight TV. We started with Twitch actually. Then we shifted to Fight TV. Then we shifted to IWTV. I feel like IWTV is going to be our new home. They're super accommodating. We're starting to make some money working with them, which is always good. And, they're giving us a lot of publicity as well, whereas Fight TV didn't give a fuck about us. Sorry, Fight TV executives.
Yeah. They figure they just want their money or whatever it is going to cost to get your product put on their stream or whatever. At least guys with the guys working over at IWTV, Jerry, when he put that shit together, it was called
Powerbomb.tv.
Yeah, Powerbomb. Yeah, and then he morphed it over to IWTV, and the crew of cast that he has going around filming all different areas and live streaming this and that. And you guys have one of the best crew around that comes in there with the guys from GoPro. I love working those guys with them, and even you got Xander on board doing lighting and stuff. I'm like, just that crew alone right there, I hands down, I would not want to work with any other crew but those particular guys on video and lighting, and those guys countless of times they always trust me when I come in with sound wherever we work together at, because they know we're all going to be on point together. With if there's any changes, we always try to tell each other instead of one person knowing and not the other guys knowing, like, look, just changing the card, so Xander can get the lighting ready, the camera guys can get their stuff ready, or whatever's gonna pop up on the screens or whatnot. So like I said, I love those guys.
They're the best, honestly. I can't say in the country or the world, because I haven't been that far and I haven't run shows really outside of New Jersey, but they're definitely the best in the area.
Yes,
hands down. They're professional. They have a great price. They do incredible work. They work fast. They're just great team overall. You can't ask for anything better.
Yeah, because like when you get a good squad together that can run production, it's always beneficial to any company. And then there's times where I bring my daughter in to do photography. She hasn't been out there yet for you guys yet to take pictures, but yeah, I take her around and she get whatever shots she can get, and she puts them up. She puts them up there for the companies right away. She don't try to slack off. I'm teaching her young. I'm like, hey, if you're getting paid for a product, okay, whoever's paying you the first or the most, whatever, that's your client who's going to be important to get their product out. It's with any business, really. And seriously, it's any business.
Yeah, agreed, man. Agreed. What else you guys want to know? I forget his name, but the guy with the beard and the hat's falling asleep on us.
No,
him? No, he always looks like he's falling asleep because he's always staring at his phone all the time.
So,
His head's
I'm
always
trying
down.
to. I've been trying to post this big status after the flood yesterday because, and I'm mad about it. It's a really angry post. I was raised by a single dad, and I grew up with treating women with respect and always treating them like if they were my sister and showing kindness. And yesterday, a lady in a lowered Vito got her car stuck in probably over a foot of water.
Oof.
Without a doubt. And she's trying to push this car. And I mean, people are going around her in this flood. I can't do that. I was a first responder. I immediately parked my car and hopped out into this foot of water and was like, I told her I'd help her. I told her to literally hop in the car. I wanted to get her out of harm's way and get her into safety and get the car to higher ground. And people are just driving by. And I'm posting it as I said disclaimer, I'm not doing this for clout or to say I'm a good person. I'm doing this as we need to do better as human beings in this fucking world. Pardon my French, Pat, I don't care. But as humans, we need to do better because this is pathetic. You know, if you see someone in need, you should be pulling over to help. You know, if an accident just happened, pull over. They need help. You know, and you could tell this lady's pushing the car by herself. And being a parent, I'm thinking this lady has a kid in the car. I didn't ask her, didn't need to. I just pushed her car out of the water. I didn't care that I ruined, you know, my workout clothes, my ankle brace, and my shoes and boots. I didn't care because I was raised to women, you know, treat them with respect, treat them kindness, show, you know, be there for them when they need it. It's how it needs to be. So I'm literally writing like an essay on Facebook right now that I've been trying to write for like 5 hours, but I'm trying not to come across as an asshole or arrogant.
He's an asshole.
I am. Ooh, I am. But the way my camera's also angled, like my head's facing forward and it looks like I'm asleep. So like my phone's here. And as you guys are talking, I'm looking at my phone and I can see the screen right on, but it's just the angle of the camera on my laptop is like, yeah, he's sleeping.
This is all
Excuses.
Look, I can hear everything you're saying, Joe. But here's my one question that I asked. It was the other gentleman we had on here a long time, like last month before the charity basketball game.
Shane,
yep.
Love
so
him.
My question for you, it's the same question I asked him. You know, a lot of talent do watch these younger kids watch this show, and you know, when they hear we have a promoter on, they always want to hear know what is something that you think Pro Wrestling Magic as a whole is, if you're looking for newer talent or someone to do something within the company, what would Pro Wrestling Magic tell somebody or give them the advice on how to get to you guys?
How to get to us, like how to be on a show, how to work us?
Yeah, what would you give them as an advice? Like, rather than just show up, introduce themselves, would you rather them reach out to see if, they can come and talk with you? Or, I know a lot of guys say, hey, go to the training center, work out with us, and earn your spot.
Yeah, that's a big one. We don't do, we stopped our training. We were doing trainings every Sunday. And we would always encourage people, hey, you want a spot? Show up, help us set up the ring, help us break it down. Let me tell you something, man. I mean, he's a talented guy. So I'm sure he's watching. I don't want him to take this the wrong way because he's very good. That's how Meadowlands Monster started with us.
Yes. I love him.
He was not booked. He was not booked. He started showing up 5 years ago, almost 5 years ago. And he would start he wouldn't even ask. It got to the point where he wouldn't even ask. And he would just come like, all right, I'm going to start building the ring. All right. And when we show it over, be like, hey, Ant, can I start breaking it down? Yeah, sure. Okay, cool. And that literally month after month after month. And then we're like, we got to give this kid a shot. Like he's been working hard for us. He, at the time, he didn't have the style that we were looking for, but I think we got him in a perfect role. After 8 months, he became probably one of the most over people in the company. I think him and Adam Payne during that time were probably the two most over people that we had. Went on to win our Dark Arts Championship, longest reign we've ever had. went on to win our world championship. Which there's only been, of each one of those, there's 5 dark arts champions, maybe 7 world champions in our 7-year history. So that just goes to show you, man, show up, work hard, be respectful. You'll get your opportunity. CJ's another one. Chris Ryan. I don't know if you guys know Chris Ryan. We've had him on some of our shows lately. Every single training that we did every Sunday, he was there. Every single training. Every show we had, even if he wasn't booked, he was there. He would help us set up, he'd help us break down, always respectful. And now he's on our shows because he's earned it. And he's starting to get some notoriety with the fans and the people that watch it. And, don't stop fucking, sorry for cursing. I'm going to curse because it's hard to curse, but stop fucking sending me messages asking to get booked on Pro Wrestling Magic because I'm not reading it. No one's reading it. Don't go to the Twitter page. Don't go to the email address. Don't go to Facebook and say, I'm inquiring about an opportunity, because you know what we're going to do? Not read it. No one gives a shit. Everyone's inquiring about an opportunity. Everyone. So if you want an opportunity, show up. Show up. And I would really question if I responded to each one of those messages with, hey, we have a show on this date. Come and show up. And that's it. You're not booked, but come show up. How many of you think would actually show up? You would show up.
I'd show up. Look, here's how it like. So I'm a part of a group on Facebook.
Oh, bitch.
Hold on.
I text them. Can I get booked?
No. They don't want old people like you. But no. So like, I train at ACPW's Proving Grounds, and I tell the students all the time. I go, I'm so used to being shut down for messages. So instead of asking for a booking, I go, hey, I know, I'm not asking to be on the show, but what time do you guys normally set up for the show? I would like to come out, help set up, introduce myself, and maybe we could talk and go that route. Because if I come there and I help you set up the show, right, that doesn't guarantee me a spot. But if you say, hey, so I have some downtime, let's talk. Let me explain to me your character. I'll pull you a matchup. I'll pull you a promo up. Here, I can explain to you everything I possibly can, but I'm going to show you a match instead. This will 100% show you who I am in the ring, partly, and then I'm going to show you a video of a promo so you can get across how I come across on a promo, but I'm also going to discuss to you who I am. Again, I'm not going to ever ask you for a spot on the show. I need to earn. I got to get my spot. I have to earn it somehow.
Yeah.
And, Meadowlands, he would post all the time like, hey, we got a taping, we got a show coming up, training on Sunday. This is how he literally posted on Facebook. That's how he got his spot. It's not like, it's not something you're keeping it, you're not breaking the fourth wall, but he posted, he goes, look, I showed up to the trainings. I helped tear down. I helped set up. That's how I got on the show. You want to get on the show here? Do this and you'll get on.
Yep.
Prove to me you want to do this.
100%, man. And I actually have gotten some of those messages over the past like 6 or 7 months or so. Not necessarily for workers, more for photographers and videographers and stuff like that want to come and just kind of talk to me. Other promoters as well have come to the shows, and they're welcome. If you send me a message or Magic a message on our Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or whatever it is, and you say what you just said, hey, what time do you guys start? I want to help set up. I want to shake your hand and introduce myself. First I would say, make sure you wash your hands, disinfect.
I am but no, like I'll say it this way: if I wasn't going to a Phillies game on the 11th with my girlfriend for 9/11 day, and I didn't have a podcast, and I didn't have any other event going on, I would absolutely be coming with Chio just to meet you guys. Because like I know Steve Oaf, I've met him at multiple shows. I've met me and Meadowland. I love the guy. I worked with him at Keikoa's show and was at the basketball game. He's an amazing person. I can't talk I don't even need to talk how highly of the guy is, because you already know about it. He is without a doubt one of the most professional guys I know in this business, that loves this business, loves the sport, loves the entertainment, and doesn't really ask for much in return.
Yeah.
So I'm starting my own promotion, and Chio runs his own promotion.
Stud Muffin. Okay.
You know what, Shane Fair? Where the hell is my goddamn cards?
They got all-
Damn, how many of these he
all-
got? What the hell?
Like this
Wow.
They got
this
them
is
all.
Autographed and everything.
BS. Like Chio. First off, Chio, we put Shane Fair on the show not once,
But twice, yeah.
but twice, and went down there, and we didn't get no damn baseball cards.
Ah, man, this guy.
Oh, Shane, I'm calling you out.
Coaster. I got my Shane Fair coaster.
Oh, yeah, coaster.
I gotta get a sticker and put it on my
Look
laptop.
at
That's why I
Dennis is
need
like,
it. I need
what
a
the?
Shane Fair pin. All right.
Yeah, I'm
Man.
mad. Now I'm mad. You got a pin. Like I like coasters. Trust me. I got Ravens
honestly,
coasters.
I'm gonna hit Shane.
I got
up.
Ready Player One coasters. I could absolutely use a Shane
I'm
Fair
jealous.
coaster. But no, like I understand the whole messaging thing. Like when I tell you, dude, I've gotten some of the most ridiculous messages ever. I had someone message me going, who runs DEF CON Pro Wrestling and what are they about? And I'm like, hi, I'm the owner of DEF CON Pro Wrestling. And it's a company that's more for the wrestlers than anything. But you have to earn your spot. How can I help you? He's like, oh, I'm not interested. I run my own promotion. I just wanted to see how you were doing.
What?
Why would you message me? Like, dude, I mean, dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
That's weird.
And then I had a guy message me recently from some out-of-state thing with, hi, I'm such and such. I wrestle as this and that. I mean, the longest paragraph. And the guy that I'm doing Discovery It and stuff that's named Jarrett, he's helping with people how to write emails and stuff. And it's like, I learned how not to send those type of emails, like in my third year in the business. Like I was taught, hey, just say, hi, my name is Dennis Brandow. I wrestle as Dennis Reaper. I'm very interested in working for your company. How can I help?
I think the last thing I ever sent out to a company was a resume written, no email or anything. It was a resume written on a VHS with a VHS tape.
Look,
that's probably the first and last time I actually sent anything out to anybody like that. Other than that, it was just me going to shows.
I'm going to say it this way. This is how good at this I've gotten, which I haven't been telling anybody. I sent, during the pandemic, 45 different envelopes out through California, Texas, in Wisconsin, with a flash drive of 10 matches, 10 promos, my written out resume, and promo photos. I've heard back from every single one of them. They go, no one's ever done this. Usually people are messaging us through Facebook. I go, well, I'm still old school. I'm doing it this way. Ask me how many of those bookings, as soon as everything really opens back up, I have every one of them. I want to wrestle. I'm not going to do it. Wisconsin, by the way, is great to wrestle. And if you ever get to go there, it's fucking amazing. They really like bad guys, and he froze.
Yeah, I was gonna say I can hear.
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
I can hear him.
He is.
Man, by the way, I'm gonna have to send you a photo of what happened when you were frozen earlier. It was awesome. The best photo. I should have blew up the screen and then took the photo, but I know Chio screenshotted it.
Yeah,
but
I'll play it back, and I can play it back and screenshot.
But no, that's like the biggest. I always hear people ask, like, when you have promoters on your show, can you ask them that question? And it's one of those. What is, that one? And then the other thing is, what is Pro Wrestling Magic looking for in a wrestler now these days that could be a person that could fit the look you guys are going for, or the aggression, I should say.
I don't know about aggression. We like to have fun, man. That's it. Give us someone who's going to have fun, going to let the fans have fun. That's the most important part. And just adds the overall funness of the event. That's what we're looking for. If you come in and you're zero character, zero charisma, very basic in-ring, you're not going to last long. Stand out and have fun. I'll give you an example of someone who stood out significantly with us recently. She's relatively new to us. Her first match with us was back in April. It was a recommendation. Arrow to bring her in, a girl by the name of Little Mean Kathleen. A little ball of charisma. I'd never seen her work before. We booked her sight unseen, and the She went through that curtain. We did a doubleheader that night. Crickets. By the end of the match, her name. You had to hear the pop that she got when she was curtain. It was unbelievable.
She was the one.
People.
She was the one that was in the sixth person, right? Hello. Oh, he froze again. Uh-oh. Something. Oh, man.
Oh.
I don't know what happened.
I think it's his internet. I think Jersey's having issues because I have a bunch of friends that are posting that they're having issues with service on everything.
Oh, service on everything. Are you back?
I see him blinking
I'm sorry.
his eyes.
Yeah, apparently what Dennis just said, that there's a lot of people having issues with their services. It's probably maybe the weather or something like that.
There's I guess there's a couple towers that went down. So, if you're in Jersey, Philly has a lot. I think they lost like 8 or 9 towers because of the flooding. Because a lot of them along Philly are along the river where the railroads are, and the bottom of the towers is where the boxes are that have all the power, and they're all flooded.
So, all right, gentlemen. Before did he freeze up again?
Looks like he did.
All right. Well, I was gonna ask Mikey and T if they had any questions for Anthony, but
I do have a question, but yeah, we're having technical difficulties here.
Well, okay. Well, you hold on to that question in case he comes back. Well, as of right now, until he comes back, or if he comes back, I'm gonna run down pro wrestling. Oh, he's back.
Oh,
there he is.
He's back.
He's
again.
like, apparently, I'm not allowed to sit down.
Yeah.
What a fucking nightmare.
Well, I don't know if you heard us, but Mikey has a question for you. Go ahead, Mikey.
I just have a question. How was the wrestling business for you for Pro Wrestling Magic during the whole pandemic?
Terrible. It was awful.
I can imagine.
No one will ever say it was good. It was you want to talk about a nightmare? That was a literal fucking nightmare. That sucked. I didn't even want to run during the pandemic, but Steve was really pushing for it. He was just very bullish on let's just get something out. We had I'll rewind a little bit. So I came back, I said in June of 2019. We take summers off, so we had two months off. So I'm back in September. At that point, we're probably averaging like 100 fans a show. By the time we get to January, we're averaging 300 fans a show. In February, 300 fans. We're selling out. December, January, February, we're all sold out.
Nice.
March, about to be sold out, had to cancel the show. Cancel the show. It was a nightmare. And then we came back in October. We did a free show. We streamed it live on Twitch. We didn't charge anyone to come in. Most of the guys volunteered. Actually, everyone on the show volunteered their time, which was awesome. They just wanted to get in the ring and work.
That is awesome.
And it was really hard to see that we went from 300 plus people in the building to now we can only legally have 50 people, and we can't have anything more than that. That really, really sucked because we had plans during that March, to October timeframe where we were going to start working with Fight TV at that time, a little earlier than we had originally started. And all those plans just got thrown away. It's terrible. And then managing the show itself was another complete nightmare because you had someone that came in contact with someone the day before, so they're off the show last minute. You got someone that their ride bailed on them and they can't take a bus or a train because they're not running because COVID. Or you have someone else, a worker who doesn't want to work someone that they were booked to work with because they took a train to us. It was crazy, man. To manage that was very, very, very difficult. And I'm glad. So we've been in the pandemic state now from October of 2020 to our last show, which just aired on IWTV last Saturday. And our first full capacity crowd is going to be 1 week from this Saturday, September 11th. And it's going to be the first live show on IWTV as well. So it's a double whammy, man. First live audience and first live show on a streaming platform that's, a pay-for streaming platform. So we're super pumped about it.
I just know one thing, that sound guy better not mess up or he's fired.
Chio, don't fuck up, you're fired.
True.
Part of my friends again.
All right. Anthony, I want to thank you for coming on. I want to run down some Pro Wrestling Magic stuff here.
Sure.
And if I miss anything or you have to correct me, please jump in at any time. So, ladies and gentlemen, Pro Wrestling Magic returns with Jay George's cinematic masterpiece. Saturday, September 11th, with a bell time at 7 p.m. at the Knights of Columbus at 106 Virgin Avenue in Ridgefield Park, New Jersey. You can get your tickets at prowrestlingmagic.ticketleap.com/sept for September, SEPT 2021. Front row are $40. General admission is $30. Is that correct?
You got it. You nailed it. I will say, doors open at 5:30. We're filming 4 matches before the 7 o'clock. So show up early. You don't want to miss out on those 4 matches. We've got Little Mean Kathleen coming back. We've got Jesse Nolan coming back. Steve Off. We'll have Savage Gentleman. We'll have Alex Ryman. We'll have Vinny Pacifico. So we got a great lineup for those 4 matches that are not going to be on the main show. And then the main show itself, I don't know if you want to touch on some of the matches we announced.
Well, as far as what I got, I only seen one match announced from the last time I checked, and is the main event for the World Championship. Erica Lee taking on Killian McMurphy. Also on the card, you will have the Dark Arts champion Darius Carter, the Junior Heavyweight champion Saeed Al-Sabah, Women's champion Jordan Blade, and I'm not sure if I didn't see it advertised, but the tag team champions Meat Locker, Adam Payne, and Wrecking Ball Legursky. Also appearing, I seen advertised, is Victor Benjamin, Lady Frost, from ROH, Tony Deppen, MV Young, and from AEW, Daniel Garcia.
Yep. So we're having a number 1 contendership match. It's a fatal 5-way. Jay George, Ace Romero, MV Young, Tony Deppen, Daniel Garcia. We have American Murder Society, Steve Off and Alex Ryman versus Maine State Posse, and Darius Carter defending the Dark Arts Championship against Evercross. Those are the announced. Oh, and the fatal 4-way for the junior title, which is going to be Saeed Al-Sabah defending against Manny Rodriguez, we talked about before. Mike Donovan, the Brooklyn Outlaw Donovan. No more Mike.
I'm about to say, I think you dropped that name, man.
Sorry. And then the prize, Alec Price. So that match in particular, I am super excited for. You got 4 hungry young guys that are just going to go out there and destroy each other for the junior championship. Saeed Al-Sabah, by the way, the 2nd junior champion in all of Pro Wrestling Magic history. Sebastian Cage held the belt for 2.5 years.
Now, for anyone out there who would like to follow Pro Wrestling Magic on social media, you can go to Facebook or Instagram at Pro Wrestling Magic, as well as Twitter at Wrestling Magic, #ThisIsMagic. And for being at home, and if you want to watch some, like he said, it's going to be live, so you can catch them on IWTV. That's independentwrestling.tv. For only $100 a year, you can get exclusively watch Pro Wrestling Magic, and you can't go wrong there at all. God, I sound great as an announcer, don't I?
No.
Shut up.
Hurt my damn ear.
You're trying.
That would put me to sleep.
I'm trying. I'm not as good as Shane Taylor, but I'm trying. I'll try, damn it. But Anthony, thank you for coming on. Join up. Well, fuck you. Oh my God. He's kind of rubbing it in our face. Rubbing it in our face. All right. Like I said, Anthony, thank you for coming on for chatting with us for a little bit. We got your brother in arms next week, Steve Off, will be here. That jack off, jerk off, whatever off. He will be here next week though. And once again, we will talk some more Pro Wrestling Magic with him. We'll definitely get the cheap plugs out as much as possible. And on September 11th, we will be in studio at Last Out Media. So I'm gonna end up plugging it that day before I drive up to you guys again. It seems like every time I'm in studio, it's the same day as Pro Wrestling Magic now. It seems to become a habit. So but lucky for me, it's a nice run up 95.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you for having me, guys. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate you bringing me on. But I need to go eat. I'm starving. I thought there was going to be
say it's late. It's late, and sorry for the late time because we actually like that WCW, that old school 6:05 time, which here it's 9:05, but on the West Coast it's actually 6:05. So we still get it. So do you have any final words before you dip out of here?
No, just thank you again for having me on. Everybody go watch Pro Wrestling Magic, Jay George's Cinematic Masterpiece, live on IWTV, September 11th, 7 p.m. sharp. Don't be late. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. You have a good night.
Take care.
Well, gentlemen. There you have it from Pro Wrestling Magic. Anthony Iovino. That's right. I said his name right. I didn't butcher it. So, gentlemen, our topics of discussion. I don't have nothing planned out for tonight or written down. So this is going to be in your three ballpark. I see Dennis is fish hooking himself. He's trying to throw some signals like he's in baseball, like pick me. So, and I know T got some notes written down
and
over there.
And he actually doesn't look confused this time.
I know.
No, because I'm pretty sure me and T want to talk about the same goddamn subject right off the bat.
Well,
AEW.
Okay, I wasn't talking about that. Never mind.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
I'll try to.
We got to talk about the biggest story of them all. No offense.
Which one?
The shoot that happened on Monday Night Raw.
Okay. Before we get into that, it was not a shoot because like I googled. I'm like, was it a shoot? And they're saying it was a work shoot.
Bullshit. Not when Nia Jax dropped something on their goddamn head.
You and me are seeing two totally different things.
Like, listen, they can tell us everything they want, but workers wise, Nia Jax dropped Charlotte Flair on her goddamn head.
See, this is why I love being on the show with workers, because I get to hear like the workers' point of view instead of like everybody else's point of view, which is the fans' point of view.
But here's what
you guys, I think, in my eyes, you guys know better because you worked in the ring.
Yep.
Gentlemen, before we go any further, for any topic that we jump on, instead of Mikey sitting there and listening to the workers' point of view, soon as we spill the topic, what's it going to be? We get Mikey's point of view first, and then we can tear it apart.
Okay.
So Mikey, what is your viewpoint on this Nia and Charlotte situation?
It looked like a straight shoot to me from what I saw. It didn't look like a workers. It looked like a straight shoot. It was nasty too. But yeah, I mean, I got the vibe that it was personal. But that's how I feel about it, and like I said, that's the vibe that I got. That was meant.
Look, I love Charlotte. You guys know I'm not a crazy Charlotte fan, but she is a phenomenal athlete. She is without a doubt one of the best women wrestlers WWE has had in a very long time. That has everything. Nia Jax, we all know I'm not a huge fan of her. I love her because she is confident in her as a woman. But when you have the history of hurting people accidentally, not whether you do it on purpose or not, when you hurt somebody consistently, and then you drop literally the face of the women's wrestling industry on her head, and then don't expect something to come in return, and no sell everything, and want to fight on live television, and then want to give me the bullshit that it was a work, shoot, work. Bull crap. You can't tell every worker that was not a shoot.
I would love to be the fly on the wall in the back. As soon as they walked through that curtain and got into Gorilla.
Bro, the internet, they said Vince was fucking going crazy.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah, yeah.
He was going nuts like the whole night because they said they rewrit that show 8 billion times before even live start. By 6 p.m., they had nothing. He done tore everything apart. Like, this AEW shit is really getting to him.
You know what? I was thinking the same thing. Like, it's heating up now, like, big time.
Oh, it really is heating up, especially, like, to be honest with you, WWE lost the Wednesday Night War. And it wasn't even a war. They lost. And
the thing, like, I said this before. I'm going to repeat it again. With everybody who WWE either they let go or people just left and let their contracts go, with everybody putting out all these different videos of them, it's like everyone's saying the same thing. It's like, you know, they're running from a toxic work environment, basically. So it's like it's basically giving WWE a bad rap.
Oh, it's definitely giving WWE a bad rap. Like, it's been trickling down for a while now. Like, let's be real. Ever since AEW and NXT went head to head, it's been trickling down. Okay, no one wanted to give AEW a shot. No one wanted to believe in it. No one thought they had a chance. Now they have CM Punk. Now they have a chance. They have Mark Henry.
Yes, they do.
Like, in my opinion, they didn't really need CM Punk. They have Mark Henry and Big Show. 100% know how it needs to be fucking ran. Okay. But now they have CM Punk.
I was going to say, but they just added to it.
But here's the thing. CM Punk and Christian have made it pretty clear. CM Punk literally said 7 years ago, this man was told he couldn't wrestle no more. And now he's wrestling again. 7 years ago, you never thought I'd wrestle again. And now I am. What's next? Like, what really is next? What else can AEW pull out of a hat? Like, that's gonna make me get, mind F me, because the CM Punk still is mind effing me, because like Christian said, this is a huge fucking deal.
It's like what I see going on, like with Jericho. I see him stepping away. I see him putting MJF over, stepping away, going to because he's a smart guy. I'm like, he has so much pull in the business and anything, like where he'll give instead of him being out there and still working, he's gonna go jump on commentary. He's gonna give that spot in the ring, that in-ring spot, to somebody else who can use it. Why should he? I'm like, he's been around, he done all his shit. There's nothing else that he has to prove. Just that, No,
not really.
No, he has nothing to prove. So I feel he's going to give up his spot, go sit behind commentary, and open a door for someone else to take that spot for being in-ring talent, because he really doesn't need it at all.
And since we're speaking of this battle that is heating up quickly, I'm sure you guys, I don't know, maybe you agree the same thing, that it's a little suspicious about NXT going to be on Fridays. Now, my question is, which probably is it going to be on after SmackDown to go head-to-head with Rampage?
I'm sorry, but I have to say I missed that. Was it advertised?
I don't know. I saw the new colorful logo and everything, but I didn't see they moving time slots.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of a little suspicious that they're showing it, especially during SmackDown.
Well, they're going to show NXT stuff during SmackDown.
Yeah, because they're going to show it on Raw as well. Yeah. So I'm like, what? Did you see an advertisement of it saying they're switching to Fridays, or what?
It's just a feeling that I'm getting. It's just kind of like a little.
Vince won't do it because they go live on Wednesdays.
No,
Or
because
they go-
it's not going to happen on Friday because one, they got SmackDown. It's not going to go after SmackDown. Why? Because then they still have to go head to head with AEW's Rampage. So it's not going to happen.
Yeah, and they'll lose again.
No, they have their own little time slot with nothing bothering them. So they're going to keep it. It's just we're not going to get what we love because, you know, the doctor.
And here's the other reason why they're not going to go to Friday. What's happening in October on Fridays? SmackDown has to go to FS1.
Yeah.
Oh, I did not realize that.
The postseason.
Baseball postseason. Here's the issue with Vince, and I get it. You know, you're with a network, big networks, but you're with networks that have sports on it. Okay, that is your downfall because whether it's football, baseball, hockey, or basketball, the WWE is second thought. You know why? Because those other sports make way more money for those networks than WWE does. So they're gonna be like, guess what? The viewers are bigger for the playoffs than you are. You're out of here for that week. So now SmackDown has to move away for 2 weeks to FS1, and it sucks because it's like for like Chio, we understand it when we move when we moved from one podcast studio to another. It was a very big change. It was a very big flip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we had to get everybody to know, like all of the people that watch our show, like, hey, we're moving to a new spot, and then our stuff's being changed around. So our time
and we're still adjusting.
Right. Yeah. You know, and now that we have Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and Twitter and Instagram and and all these things, like we're adding more and more stuff. You know, with like Apple iPlay and all that.
And, Spotify, all that.
If anyone else has not noticed. If they go to our webpage, like I said, all they got to do is go to bodyslams.pro. I have yet to link our new .com up yet because I actually have one already registered, but it's not linked up yet because I'm dealing with some technical issues right now with it. So, but they can still go through bodyslams.pro, you know. And you can go to the page that says listen, where you can, like they said, we're on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, Audible, Stitcher, Red Circle, and there's one more I can't think of right now. But they're all listed right there. You can listen to all the episodes of Breakfast and Body Slams. You can listen to all the episodes of Thursday Night Slam. As well as when you go to YouTube, we have them in a playlist as well. You can watch the videos themselves of each of those shows. And I have another playlist that's categorized special presentation, which it has one interview I did after our very first Breakfast and Body Slam show we did. I have the interview with Jeff Gripley I did that same day. And I also have from the Hamburg Fan Fest. I have me and Dave Adams going around and the footage of us sitting down with everyone who came down to the table with us. So that's all on YouTube right now in that special playlist. Eventually, I'm gonna take the ones of us sitting down. I'm gonna splice them up and probably place them on there in as individual type clips. So. But yeah, people can catch us on right now. If they're watching on our website, they're probably literally watching on Twitch because when you pop up on our on the main screen, it's a Twitch player. So, like I said, if you're on there, hey everyone, please subscribe. Okay, if you're watching on Facebook, hey, that's great. Please subscribe to YouTube and Twitch as well, so that way you don't miss any one of them. And same thing if you're on YouTube or Twitch. Subscribe and like, share, whatever on Facebook and YouTube as well, back and forth. You know, hit them all so that way you don't miss one. You can follow us up on Instagram. We're also on Twitter as well. So, like I said, we have all these platforms right now, and we're always looking to upgrade to add more. So, in the probably within the next month, we'll probably upgrade again. And we have more platforms, we will stream to more platforms. So not getting off the topic of wrestling, but
Yeah.
T, you mentioned something about AEW.
All Out this Sunday,
that's this
September
Sunday.
5th, which is a grand holiday.
I don't have a card, a lineup of all the matches. I do know Darby Allin is taking on CM Punk.
Darby Allin, CM Punk, Kenny Omega, Christian, Lucha Bros.
Did you say KO?
No, Darby Allin.
No, I got
Punk, that. Christian versus Kenny Omega.
Oh, Kenny. Okay, when we said KO,
you got Big Show versus QT Marshall.
You have the Lucha Bros versus the Bucks. You have the women's battle royal, which is now taking over Andrade's and Pac's spot because Pac's travel issues. So they're going to be on the main card now. You have the women's heavyweight championship.
MJF and
Jericho and MJF. What else?
We got
pulling up the card. So here's the card,
and we also have
here's the card. I got I have it pulled all up.
Hold up, but we also have a T.Reyes happy birthday on that Sunday, that same day as well.
Oh hell, we going streaking?
Not since the military days have I.
Okay. Okay, I got you. All right, so that's a no. That's a no-go. Got you. All right, so here's the card, the full card. It says Omega versus Christian, CM Punk versus Darby Allin, Jericho versus MJF, Dr. Britt Baker versus Chris Statlander, the Young Bucks versus Lucha Bros. No offense, don't care about that match at all. I'm just gonna put it out there. Miro versus Eddie Kingston. You have Moxley versus
Kojima.
Yeah, I'm not gonna butcher that name. I'm glad you had it. You have Paul White. My bad, guys. Not the Big Show. It's Paul White. Versus QT Marshall. You have the
sorry, Paul, for watching.
You have the 21-woman Casino Battle Royal for the future title shot. Buy-in. It says pre-show match, but we know that it's not a pre-show match. It's on the main card. So with it not being a pre-show match,
I think what they're doing is that they're putting whatchamacallit, the Best Friends and Orange Cassidy and Jurassic Express versus is like a big ass tag team. That way they all get their stuff.
Look, I'm not gonna. You know why I don't care about the tag team title match?
Oh, well, I'm just talking about the pre-show. What was taking?
I know. I understand why they're doing that match, but I just hate that a tag team that deserved the title shot is not in the title match now.
I thought that match yesterday should have been in the whole show, but
you're talking about the
because
FTR and
it was well hyped.
that should have been on the.
It was well hyped and advertised. It should have been on the show. You know,
there's a lot of matches that should be on the show and a lot of matches that shouldn't. I'm not going to judge their booking because their booking as of late has been very good. So they got people in there again that are doing it right and handling it right. But I'm just still, again, I was really looking forward to the Jurassic versus the Young Bucks. I really was. I was hyped as hell for that match. And then they took it from me. But it doesn't take away from the card. It's still going to, Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks is still going to be a great match. Going to be a great match. I think we're getting a tag team title swap? Yes.
Speaking of Young Bucks, how about that news about Matt Jackson's sneakers ended up missing at the airport? Holy shit. Yo, whoever stole those things, they better not try selling them. I swear to God. He better save that person better save those sneakers or find a way to get them back and ask for some kind of forgiveness, because the second he tries to go to sell them, if it's somebody who's not a wrestling, and those sneakers are custom made for Jackson. For someone who's a wrestling fan and cops those sneakers, this guy, they're probably going to put this guy on blast. So
he's done. If he gets
his best bet, if he's going to sell them, find a sneakerhead who doesn't even care for wrestling, who doesn't even like, whatever, and who just doesn't care. That's his best option. So, but yeah, he's totally screwed.
But the pay-per-view is going to be great because it's going to be the fact that CM Punk's wrestling. We're getting to see it.
I got a question. Did
on
Wednesday night, did he have any initials tagged on his sneakers this time?
So he's actually opened up about the lettering on the side of his shoes. I had it. I didn't screenshot it.
Always Chicago for Adam Cole.
Yeah.
What was it? Something about B Chicago. Brian. No, I don't know. All I know is he ain't fooling nobody with the little. He had a Misfit shirt on that says The Fiend. Come on now, dog. You guys are known for giving Easter eggs for everybody.
I know.
So here it is. So AC, it said CF is Chicago forever, and AC is always Chicago. So apparently, he borrowed the gimmick from LeBron James. He's like, I stole this from LeBron James. A lot of basketball players will write messages on their shoes and stuff. I wrote AC on my shoes and CF on the other foot, and CF is Chicago forever, which I never saw the other shoe.
I thought CF was what was for Chio. No, for Chio Frost.
He wasn't one of the Olympians, so it was all right.
Which I could again. Do I think he's trying to swerve some of us? Possibly.
Well, definitely, he'll try it.
Oh yeah, of course.
But do I believe he could be honestly telling the truth? Yeah.
If he was trying,
it can't be both.
Now check this. Notice this. If he was trying to swerve us, that CF just got like a dropped on her head on the main card. That could have been a Vince Hitman right there. We don't know it.
Look,
most definitely.
So
it's true.
Yeah, that was crazy. It's funny as hell because it's CM Punk. So what is he really trying to get at? But yeah, I'm just stoked.
I'm happy it's happening
on Sunday. Okay.
Now, if you notice, the first person to put hands on CM Punk in 7 years was Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, yo.
That boy been on a tear since he got there. And what's his style? Technical, straight. He's a technical wrestler.
Who's he working this Friday night again? Is Daniel Garcia versus who? I know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I forget. But CM Punk at the moment don't got no friends. Who's his friend that's coming in? D. Bryan. Who did I pitch to you on our little chat conversations? Who they gonna feed him to? D. Bryan.
It's a possibility.
I see.
I did see something about they might possibly push it, bring in Bryan in a little
Sunday,
sooner than we expected.
They're not gonna bring him in sooner. The biggest fit is New York.
Well, I seen that too about they might skip New York and bring him in.
He's facing Darby Allin.
Who?
I think
Bryan.
Daniel Garcia.
Oh.
Yeah.
On Friday. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Because it says CM Punk to do commentating for Darby Allin versus Daniel Garcia, which okay, I'm sold again.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have my Fire Stick
Good
died on
match.
me, so I gotta fix my Fire Stick so I can watch the damn pay-per-view on Sunday.
You better target yourself a Ruco. Roku. Shit, I said Roku.
I have a Roku, but I pay for a streaming service for months after months, to where I don't have to pay for it. I pay through them, so I get all the networks. But it's like I don't care. I have it on my cell phone, so I can literally cell phone to the TV if I have to. It's not a big deal. I just don't feel like going that route because I'd like to have my cell phone in my hand.
Now, I have a question now. Getting off of AEW and jumping back on to NXT. Now, I watched NXT this past week, and my question is Dragunov, is he making a jump to the main roster? Because my thing is, are the fans reading stuff that we missed? Are they hearing stuff through the grapevine? Because they just kept chanting, please don't go, please don't go.
Because he's going back to United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's the thing.
but the United Kingdom. But ain't they ain't they closing the NXT UK down?
No.
I thought they were closing that one down as well.
Says who?
No, that'll be the one they keep open, and they'll bring people from Ireland and stuff to there instead of having like their initial thoughts of branching out specific spots like they were trying to do.
The NXT
I understand.
UK thing is their biggest show over there. The other shows never got started because of COVID.
Well, yeah, that's obviously. But then the thing is, what's going to happen with the NXT in the States here? I'm like,
you're going to have NXT.
Oh yeah, because of
you're going to have UK.
I'm saying, but are they going to keep the US version still on TV, or are they going to put it like what the rumors were about? Putting it back as a developmental.
You talked to Dr. Bruce Pritchard about that shit.
I think they'll still have it on the TV. What they're going to do is they're going to have a developmental show. Well, not show. They're going to have their performance center. They're just done. They're just done doing the shit where if you're not in there already, you're done.
Okay, so basically they're going to make they're going to make NXT pretty much. They're not worried about competing.
It's a student show.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah, they're basically not worried about trying to compete against AEW. It's just just to get their guys ready for the main roster.
That's all it really is. They'll have fans. They'll do the live events and things like that. They're going to build their own guys, and honestly, they need to. That's what they need to effing do. They got to stop trying to compete. Like, were they trying to compete? Vince, no, but Triple H, yes, because that's his child. Well, now apparently it's not Triple H's child. It's now Bruce Pritchard's and Vince McMahon.
And Vince McMahon's child.
And I'm going to say it right now, as everybody else on the internet is, rest in peace to NXT. Sorry.
Now, with that being taken away from Triple H in this fashion, do you think behind the scenes there's some tension in the family now, like because of this decision, or do you think Tripp was involved in that decision? Like, yeah, sure, go ahead, like.
No, I don't think there's any tension. I think it's the Vince, Triple H realized he got beat. He got outsmarted by another company. Do I think it hurt him a little bit? As someone being in charge, yes. Anytime you get your position taken from you, it's not very fun. But again, they try to compete with guys that have been doing the indies for longer than some of these other guys have on their show that know what the fans effing want. They're not doing it by a script. They're not doing it for the boys in it. Well, some of them are probably doing it for boys in the back, but they're doing it for the fans. The fans wanted these matches. The fans are getting those matches. How long can it last? We don't know. That's the difference. That's why I say it's competition and they're competing, but they're competing at a different level. WWE will always be the main company, the top tier, number one company in professional wrestling. And no one's going to get there. And AEW can try, but they're never going to get there.
As far as Vince goes, and Raw is going to be his number one, his flagship show, hands down.
in his eyes, but SmackDown is.
No matter how.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I was gonna say that. Yeah, no matter how great SmackDown's doing, you're right. In his eyes, it's always gonna be Raw, his baby. You know what, guys? This was a very hectic night for me to get everything situated. Because with the whole flood in the house and bringing everything up to the dining room area and all this stuff. How bad was things at your places, guys?
Mine wasn't bad,
No?
honestly. Like I said, the only thing I came across of was the lady getting stuck in the water, and no one stopping to help her, and it's it shows that what kind of human race we are right now, and it's shit. It's not even just that. There's other things going on in the world that are just as bad.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing photos of my town, Conshohocken, that I grew up in. That's all flooded. I have friends in Roxbury and Manayunk. They're all flooded. I have friends' houses destroyed because of this. It's like it's a sad day all over. Like it's worse down in Louisiana, and my heart and love is with all of them down there because I have friends down there. Lee Falk and Skip Steyer. Like I love y'all. So.
We have another guest joining us as well.
I've been through the hurricanes. I lived in Florida, so I lived down there during Katrina, when that went through Louisiana. I lived down in Orlando when Hurricane Charlie came right through the middle of Florida and ripped through Orlando. So I understand what everybody down there is going through. I understand what everybody's going up here through, and it sucks. Luckily me and my family and all of us got lucky. I've been reaching out to people all day, like Tyreno and them. Thankfully, my family over there at ACPW, they're good. I'm thankful you guys were good in Reading. Mikey says they were unscathed. Austin doesn't look like he was unscathed. Right. That's still a scary looking face.
Well, Austin, welcome in for joining us here. First time on Thursday Night Slam. You debuted with us at Breakfast and Body Slams in studio. We're just freestyling, shooting the shit about the world of professional wrestling, what's going on. We talked a little about AEW, some NXT, WWE. Well, I don't think we really touched on WWE all like that at all. I don't think so, really.
I personally want to take a quick moment to touch on NWA.
Oh yes, they had a big thing that just happened this past weekend.
Ric Flair returned, and Nick Aldis dropped the NWA World Heavyweight Championship to Trevor Murdoch, which was kind of wild to see a guy that like for a long time was a very like mid to low card tag team guy in WWE finally actually win like a singles title, which I thought was really cool. And to do it with Ric Flair there, of all people, I think it was really special for him personally.
Oh, it definitely was.
Yeah.
What happened to Dennis? Where'd you go? What happened to your picture?
Here. No, you lost Mikey.
Oh, Mikey. Wait.
Not Mikey. I'm Dennis.
Like,
I'm here. I see everybody.
Okay, here. My bad.
With the NWA,
it was like
show,
frozen on my screen. I'm like, what the hell?
Now there's light. Now you can actually see my face. Probably not
Yes.
With the NWA show, they actually had a show, all female Empower show.
Yeah.
On the day prior, which drew a lot of numbers. We saw the retirement of Awesome Kong. It was just a beautiful moment for the girls.
Kong and Gail Kim was special. Like,
yeah,
it really was, dude. That was a really cool moment.
Yeah, I really wish I would have got the opportunity to see that, but unfortunately, no, I didn't. So I'm getting the playback from you guys here. No,
like I didn't watch the pay-per-view. I watched the highlights of it.
I heard one negative review from a bunch of people where a lot of people were shitting on the fact that, oh, how can Nick Aldis drop the title to Trevor Murdoch and this that. They're looking at him as being like the Dusty champ, because of his size, and it's only going to be temporarily till they put the title on somebody else. this and that. So they were shitting on Murdoch like crazy.
To those people, if they're watching this,
welcome.
There's 2 middle fingers to you because Trevor Murdoch is probably one of the most underrated guys on the goddamn planet right now. Okay, the storyline has been played out for over 2 years or so that had this title, and it happened. They put the title on him at the most amazing time. Yes, Ric Flair was there. I don't care about that. It was the right moment, the right time to do this at the exact time they did it. You know, it's something, the big thing was CM Punk. Everybody was talking about CM Punk. Soon as Nick lost the title, the internet went apeshit about Trevor Murdoch winning. It's exactly what wrestling needs. You want those, oh my God, holy shit, did this just happen moments. That was that moment.
Yep.
I love that Trevor Murdoch is the new champion of NWA. It's not like NWA back then was, you can agree to this, Chio. It was a scam where, you get to have the NWA logo on your, well, go screw yourself.
I like the fact that, with Murdoch being the champ, he fits that old school Southern tradition NWA style of he's that blue collar guy with that physique and the way he's just out there throwing some big wallops upside guys' heads and stuff like that. He's not coming out looking like a chiseled whatever fucking model or whatever, So that's what the fans needed. I'm like, hey, your neighbor, simple guy, whatever, he can whoop your ass just because you're gonna shit on him because he looks like that, but
yeah, just because he ain't out here pumping iron don't mean he can't break your face.
Exactly.
You need every once in a while you need to sort of have like the wrestling world sort of rally around that everyman kind of guy. You know what I mean?
But it's also like Dennis said, it needed to hit. It really needed. It was like crying.
Well, again, it didn't need to happen. They could have drawn this out for a while, okay? But it was one of those moments of like, if it happens, it's going to be big. And if it doesn't happen, it's like, okay, he had another opportunity. He got there. He just came up a little too short. We can drag this out for another 6 months, 7 months, whatever. No, and the thing is, the story's there. That's the beautiful part about it. It's, again, that story, the whole CM Punk coming back and the story to that, and Christian coming back and the story to that, and Edge coming back and the story to that. There's always something that's good. That it's that whole dragged out moment of when it finally happens. It's beautiful, and it was beautiful. Ric Flair coming out, to talk and cry, and he says, "I'm not going to cry until I'm done talking," and then. Well, we all know Ric Flair. You're gonna cry halfway through your speech, and it's gonna be emotional. That's how good you are, Flair. That you're that good. No matter what you do, you could say fucking 2 minutes of words, and you're gonna get us all to get all emotional and sad. But, to anybody that thinks Trevor Murdoch, is a knockoff of Dusty Rhodes and all them, you can go screw yourself and pound sand. You know what you can even do? Go stick your head into a gopher hole. With food, okay, and get beat up by a gopher, okay, like in Caddyshack, you dicks. Like, I can't stand the shit talkers on the internet about Trevor Murdoch because he was good in WWE. No, he was better than good. He was great in WWE, just shitty creative. Shitty creative didn't do shit for him.
In WWE, I loved him when he was with Cade.
Yes,
I love that tag.
Dude,
that was the
tag
best.
team was great.
It was so good that they would consistently bury them like mid and like. And
I don't think it was all. I don't think that was all creative. I think those two they were great together, but I don't think they would liked a lot of the ideas that creative gave them, and they might have came with other ideas, and those two just didn't. Those two butted heads at that time. It's like, why are we going to do that? Let's just do what they have us doing because it's working. I get you want to change the story. But let's keep doing what is working. When you have something working, don't change this. Just don't change the script. Yeah. Keep right with it. What else what was the other subjects? Besides, I didn't get to watch NWA, so I'm mad as hell. I missed it. But I did enjoy watching the segment with Gail Kim and Awesome Kong.
Yeah.
Because again, you got to remember now. I'm from Orlando. I watched TNA back in the day when it first started at Universal Studios, and being around those two ladies, they defied everything you could possibly think of in TNA as two women wrestlers that were people didn't have faith in, and they made that division in the women's division down there. So Awesome Kong, a beautiful and amazing person. I met her multiple times. She's a sweetheart, always down to earth. I wish her nothing but the best on her retirement. Enjoy it. You deserved it. If you decide to come back in the ring, I hope I'm never around to be the one taking those moves. I don't want to die. She could listen. She's been shot and she still wrestled that following week. Okay, just saying.
Look, dude, I'd pay
That's
money
pretty damn good.
Awesome Kong. If someone was like, "Yo, I'll give you $100 to let Awesome Kong powerbomb you," done. Give me $100.
No,
I'll.
It's like,
You're looking at a guy that saw that someone had a football helmet in their closet one time. Was like, "Oh, sick football helmet." Well, bam. Like,
listen.
I'm just that kind of an
I will find a way to get a hold of Awesome Khan and go, and someone will let you powerbomb them for $100. I will pay you the money to do this, but I'm gonna give him $100 just for you to do it because he thinks it's not gonna bother him. So when he doesn't get back up, I'm gonna have him sign a waiver that you're not fucking responsible for that, Seth. Because you're gonna die. You're gonna die. But what else do we have?
Well, not too much because we're almost coming up on the 2-hour mark.
We already are. Oh yeah, we're 3 minutes shy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're almost.
I gotta say, Austin, if I would have seen you in the room sooner, because I wasn't paying attention, I would have sent you the invite to jump in sooner.
I saw the message from you to hop in a little late. I was doing some running around. I had just got in and settled in.
Didn't you just have a show that you guys did?
No, we actually we have one this weekend.
This weekend,
doing you stuff on Saturday and Sunday. September 11th, we have the anniversary show going on. Everyone's going to be doing a show. I think it's from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. that day. So
earlier than that, man.
So in my notes, should I put you and Chucky down as Scrapple? Did you guys figure out a name
it is going to be morning.
Dude, we spent like 20-30 minutes sending messages back and forth, and I like they finally were like, Austin, what do you think? I'm like, I'm not good with coming up with names, dude. Don't even ask me.
But did you see the one I called you? I called you the F-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, Eagles, Flyers, Union, Phillies, Sixers, the F-ups.
I really like it.
Listen, Chio, I wish you were at the get-together the other day. There's talks about having me, Austin, and Gus doing a soccer thing, and I'm like, I got to get caught back up into my soccer talk. I'm in. We already know I'm in. But there was a lot of stuff that was discussed. I hope they talked to the captain's corner thing with you guys because there was a lot of shit that went down. Good conversations though. But
I don't think I got to see too much of the conversations.
I'm not
we didn't write them out. We just hashed it all out. We got a lot of error was brought. Let me just say it that way.
Lots and lots of errors were brought about.
Meaning who's producing it and money wise.
Yeah. Well,
but anyway, we're not going to talk about all that.
Yeah. Listen.
No.
Let's do this because I see our time limit. We got to get predictions in for Sunday. Got to get them in.
I really don't have no predictions for Sunday, honestly.
That's fine.
I would just want to. I would just want to sit and just enjoy it.
All right. I mean, I would like to see Kenny drop the AEW title to Christian as well, but I know it's just not going to happen.
I don't want to see that.
Somebody else. I don't know who yet. Probably. I'm hoping Hangman, just because of the fact that they sort of backpedaled on that whole thing of having him face Kenny Omega.
And I respect the reasoning.
Yeah,
I love the fact that it was like, hey, we know we were going to probably put the title on you, but you are having a kid come into the world. Go be with your family, and when you come back, we'll pick stuff back up. Most likely, that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. I agree 100%. Kenny's probably going to win.
Yeah, Kenny's going to win. The Bucks are going to win. Just because even in the steel cage, like Brandon Cutler or Knock are going to be like under the ring during the match, and they'll come out and do some dumb shit like they always do, like Cutler with the cold sprays, or something's going to happen.
And I hope that doesn't happen. I really don't.
I
can't stand that. I'm mad at you. Missed my comment. I'm mad as hell about this tag team title match. I didn't want the Lucha Brothers. I was so excited for Jurassic.
I wanted Jurassic Express.
That was the match I wanted, and they were giving me it, and then they said no.
Yeah, they just reached right into that bag of fun time. We're like, no.
You know that little bag of hope I had? They were like, yeah, screw you.
Kiss it goodbye.
And they were like, no, going in the jar.
Okay.
Mikey, who do you think's going to win that match? The Young Bucks or Lucha?
I'm gonna say Young Bucks.
T?
Lucha Bros. And
I'm
here's why.
going with Lucha Bros as well.
Here's why. Every person that holds the title right now in that company is a heel. Even though DMD gets tiered, she's a heel. So one of them's got to give. It's not going to be DMD. It's not going to be Miro. And Omega's not dropping Christian. Bucks are dropping. They're the EVPs. You know, they got their little heel time on. So basically what this is going to do is Bucks lose. Kenny's going to start backpedaling like, oh shit, what's happening? And then hopefully for Full Gear, Hangman comes back, drops there instead of what was supposed to be dropped on Sunday. So those are the championship predictions. Mock's going to beat Kojima because he has this thing that's going to happen with the John Cena.
I agree. Yeah, I agree that Moxley's going over on that one.
It's hard to predict Jericho and MJF. I want to say Jericho, but the booking in me says MJF. My heart says Jericho. Punk, you're not gonna have him lose in Chicago. There's no fucking way in hell.
No.
And for the women's battle royal, we have Ruby Soho going over. And that's my prediction.
Is she in it?
Come on now.
She'll be a surprise.
She's the wild card.
Yeah. She's not. I think she's coming out in New York.
I think
confirmed that Anna Jay is now back from injury and she's going to be participating as well. But I personally think it's probably going to be Thunder Rosa that's over again. It's going to be either her or Nyla Rose.
Those are my second choice.
Wait,
if it's not Ruby, it's Thunder.
Wait, did you say Nyla Rose?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I agree with the first one.
5 different title matches in the last 2 years. Why wouldn't they?
I see Thunder Rosa or Ruby Soho if she makes her appearance.
I'm going to say Thunder Rosa.
Every person they've had debut in a casino battle royale aside from Brian Cage has lost.
But
maybe Dennis is right. They save her for New York.
I'm thinking they're saving her for New York because everything she's doing is a runaway thing. Where's Runway at?
Yeah, right. And every time,
New York.
They show her she's in New York.
You mean Broadway?
Runway is out of New York. That was the whole thing. All the Broadway stuff, all the fashion stuff is all New York and LA. It's not Chicago.
Yeah, and the reason the women's battle royale is on the main card now is because there's some sort of with Pac, so the match between him and Andrade is being moved to I believe New York Dynamite. Yeah,
it'll be most. Here's my picks, so Pac isn't coming because I even looked it up. It's 100% his travel visa. Someone with COVID shit. So if he would come over, he has to quarantine for 2 weeks.
Yep.
And he didn't do it. So he can't, like an idiot. You should know the rules by now. It's been going on long enough. So I'm going with Omega, Punk, MJF, Britt Baker, Lucha, Miro, Moxley. I'm still kind of a toss-up between Paul White and QT Marshall.
Oh, forget about
I'm
that.
still-
I think Paul White is going over.
Paul White's gonna
I
smash
don't
him.
know. I don't know because here's the thing: you just had Billy Gunn. You just had
I was
Billy
gonna
Gunn
say
turn
that.
on him
Yeah.
Yeah, that Billy Gunn heel turn was pretty
True.
rough to watch.
because it was like you didn't. Well, kind of. I kind of expected it when Big Show turned his Paul White turned his back on him.
And
But
thing is,
again,
with no explanation, so they're saving it. So who knows? Maybe Billy will
You
give
know
an
what?
explanation this
I'm
Friday.
going with that. I'm going with that one. I'm going QT's over.
Any big man that got released besides Bronson Reed, because I'm not sure if he has an NXT contract that like
NXT contract.
the 30 days, and will he be able to like show up?
No, not yet.
No.
He won't be able to come out until afterwards.
Yeah, I know Braun Strowman's doing some show that EC3's putting together,
Yeah, that they're working each other.
which that the video for that just looks kind of weird.
I seen it.
Yeah,
It's just like if it's QT the one that goes over, because I don't see him going over. But if he's the one that goes over, expect a big man to come out, and you just said Braun Strowman, but he's working that night.
What do
Look,
you?
I think.
What do
if-
you think if QT if he does go over?
Somebody's coming out.
No, hold up. But do you think QT might start calling himself like the Giant Killer and start going after big guys?
Yes.
He's like, oh, he's like, no, he's like, fuck no. Look at him.
But
Look at
no,
that
I
face.
think QT's over because there's gonna. I think that will be the one match that will absolutely have a screw job.
And then his next opponent will be Mark Henry or whoever.
I can see that.
I can see that.
If
Okay, now you got me.
if the outcome is that Paul White does not win, yeah,
And guess what? Here's the thing: you take out Big Show, okay. You take out Mark Henry, okay. Who do you bring in next?
Braun Strowman.
Another
And
big
Braun
guy.
Strowman does not lose.
no, he doesn't.
no, not that
Like
guy.
you're gonna build him up as this guy that's taking out these monsters and these guys that can't lose and haven't lost to new guys like this. But Braun Strowman comes out, and that's who he's gonna face, and it's gonna be one of those like surprise factors. No one's gonna know who it is, but everybody's gonna honestly say, "We know it's gonna be Braun," so you're gonna have a high rating of a show to watch. But you have QT bring everybody he can think of to help him. And Braun just fucking wreaked havoc on them all. Going, well, Vince, it was nice working with you. Thank you for helping me know who I needed to be.
Austin is filming his runaway video right now. I'm guessing.
Those are my predictions this weekend.
Guess what?
I'm guessing you have to smoke outside.
And I think Darby Allin wins on Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he ain't losing to no fucking Daniel Garcia, dude. Get out of here.
There's the New York accent. That was a New York accent right there. Nothing other than that.
Okay, well, hold on. I don't think
that match could go to a no contest.
I was thinking.
You know what? I would rather
no
I would rather it be a no contest, but I think they're gonna have.
I don't think it's going that way. Yeah, Allen's going over.
I'm thinking no contest because I'm thinking 2.0 will interfere, and in comes Punk to make the save.
Oh, yeah,
Okay, I can see that. Yeah, Punk's commentating.
Yeah, to return the favor.
Yeah, you'll get one more Punk Darby face off in the middle of the ring before the
Punk comes down.
Yep.
He makes a save for them both.
Boom.
Darby Allin is in
More
the ring.
sense.
Punk's in the ring. Everybody's
Roll
out.
credit.
And they both square off.
Roll credit. They're
Yeah.
the last two in the ring before the caption
They
about
ended up, and they
See
ended.
you next week. Blah, blah,
Yup.
By the way, I'm
See you Sunday.
we probably will be getting a Brock Lesnar versus John Cena match. I watched everything that happened after it went off the air. Lesnar laid him out. Like if it's anything like Vince, they're writing it right there. There's your WrestleMania match, Cena versus Lesnar.
All right, well, gentlemen, we will have a lot to talk about come next Thursday with the results from this and whatever happens on Monday and Tuesday, and as far as the fallout on Wednesday from AEW. So we have a couple announcements between everyone here. First, let's I'm gonna jump down to Austin since he came in late. Austin, do you have any announcements for your upcoming shows or anything else would you like to announce?
Well, mainly just the anniversary show on the 11th. That's going to be a good time. Definitely, tune in for that. And like you had said earlier, right below my face here, you got all the spots for the socials and stuff. Go ahead and give likes, follows, subscribes, share them out to everybody.
Devereaux Sports has all those links.
I do a little bit of video game streaming on Twitch myself from time to time. Twitch.tv026. Follow your boy. Watch him be terrible at video games.
Yeah.
And maybe just make fun of myself. That's usually what I do.
Aside from that, make fun of yourself.
If I can't laugh at myself, who else can I laugh at? Literally everyone.
Exactly.
Mikey, you got any plugs for us or negative?
The anniversary show. I was just gonna say the same thing.
Okay.
We got the anniversary show coming up.
And jump. Okay, well, if that's all you got, Dennis, I know you got a couple announcements. I guess what you're gonna start.
I got two.
Which one we starting with?
We're gonna start with Saturday. So Saturday, September 4th in Media, Pennsylvania, at the Media Community Center. Address is 301 North Jackson Street, Media, PA. ACPW presents Back to Business, and yours truly, Dennis Reaper, is going to be in the ring against a gentleman named Marty. And I made it pretty clear to the promotion that this is an anything goes match, because of my beef with some people and my disgrunt. But it turns out apparently this guy has a bigger issue with them, which that's fine. But I know, Marty, I know you're watching, so I got to say this real quick. Not only are you facing me in this ring on Saturday, Marty, but you're also going to be facing the 13 Marines that passed away in overseas because of our government. So when you face me on Saturday, you will be facing the devil. You will be going into hell, and you will be getting dropped on your head, and I will be taking you out finally. First time meeting each other, last time meeting each other. Again, not business. This is personal. So that was ACPW. But we have a great card. We have, I'm going to go through the card real quick. We have Izzy McCoy versus Izzy McCoy.
I can't. I'm sorry. Sorry, that's my niece.
Dawkins. It was supposed to be Izzy McCoy versus our ACPW women's champion, but due to some travel issues, she couldn't make it, so we found a replacement. We also have Mike Goldstein versus the ACPW heavyweight champion.
The real deal.
Yep, I'm trying to find the card because there it is. There we go. Dalton James, which is our champion, which is going against the real deal Mike Goldstein. We have Zach Ravage versus Injobbable MB for the Revolution title. We have for the vacant ACPW U.S. Championship. It has not been stolen. It was vacated due to a disgruntled employee. We have the Black Hand Core versus the birth of old school TJ Tyreno, which is the son of Tyreno, one half of a tag team. I won't mention their names. We have a tag team match. We have Retrograde versus Two-Face Violator and Superior G. We have, again, me versus the guy named Marty. We have Ian Short versus Jay Savage, which will probably be, in my opinion, one of the matches of the night, if not the match of the night. I'm not even taking credit. My match won't be that good. But when you have two midgets in the ring, there's nothing that could go wrong in that match. Then we have the Alpha Tyreno versus NXZN. I don't even know how to pronounce that guy's name. And then we have the ACPW Tag Team Championship match. 410 Massive, which is the Tag Team Champions versus Roughnecks. Let me just say that this tag team match, I'm probably going to sit in the crowd to watch the tag team match. I love tag team wrestling. These guys will not disappoint. General admission tickets are $20. Let me just say that this venue is not huge. It's going to hold about 115 seats. So if you want to be there, be squared. You can go on the website. You can go on Facebook. You can message me. I got tickets. I will sell you them for dirt cheap at $20 a share. Just saying. That's pretty cheap. That's the first plug. Second plug. As everybody sees on Facebook, I'm doing a charity bike ride. It's called the Great Cycle Challenge. Links below. Basically, I pledged to ride 600 miles for the month of September. I'm 13 miles in because apparently I broke the bike at the gym the other day, unfortunately, and it wouldn't work anymore. Technical difficulties, I'll say. As well as I couldn't ride the regular bicycle because, as you saw on Wednesday, we had the big bad flood in the rain. And trust me, the bike trail that I ride is gone to get to the city for right now until probably like for another week. So basically, I pledged to ride 600 miles. I've also pledged to raise $2,500. It's for childhood cancer. Literally, 20 to 30 kids every minute do die from childhood cancer. It is a deadly disease, whether it's adults or kids. Yes, you can survive as a child, but you can get it, if you don't get it all, it can come back and it can get you. It is the deadliest and silent disease in my eyes. I literally just had a friend on my Facebook. His son was doing great, but unfortunately, due to the fact that he had cancer, he did unfortunately pass away, which is sad because no kid should have to go through that. So if you can, whether it's $1, 50 cents, $2, it does not matter. Donate. I set a goal. I'm going to hit it. And then I upped the goal, a challenge. And I told some friends, if I can raise $10,000 this month, I will shave my entire head bald. And when I mean bald, I mean Mr. Clean, big, the whole 9 yards, not like a buzz cut.
$10,000. Would that go for the face as well?
No.
The face and the I think the face and the for 10 grand, I think the face and head should be a total package. Not
No way.
I was gonna say, man, he does that. We would not recognize him at all.
Listen. We all know I love my hair, okay? But if kids have to go through cancer and lose their hair on their head, if I can raise $10,000 for them, I will shave my head.
Your head, that's part of your head.
No, this is my face. That's my head. Head's up here.
Part of your
here,
head.
my camera's not getting it.
Head.
That's my head. This is my face. Yes, my face is connected to my head, but I am not shaving my beard. I love kids. I will do everything I can to save them and raise money for them, but I am not shaving my beard. I will. My daughter's going to kill me for the fact that I said I'd shave my hair. She's already said no multiple times. Trust me, I will die. But yes, please. The link's below. If you can't click on the link, it's greatcyclechallenge.com/writers/Dennis Brandow. That's my real name. Don't go and post it all over the internet, but no, please post it all over the internet. Yeah. Please share it if you can't donate. Even if sharing it helps. So that's my cheap plugs. Well, the one's cheap was Wrestlingg. The charity is not a cheap plug. That's a big plug. So yeah.
And we're gonna take it over to our man T.Reyes, which he has his notes ready, and we're gonna sit back and let him do his thing.
Well, I don't plug shows right now. What I'm gonna do is plug help. At the beginning of the show, we started with very sad and tragic news, so I'm gonna end it with a little bit of hope. If you are going through anything I'm going through, or worse, I have a couple numbers you can jot down and give them a call. I got the United States Crisis for Suicide Prevention, which is 1-800-273-8255. If you don't want to talk to anybody with your voice or you feel shy, you have a crisis text. You text 741-741 to home, or text home to 741-741. Excuse me. If you prefer to write an email or something like that, you have www.I'mAlive, which is IMALIVE.org. You have a hope line which is 1-800-442-HOPE or 442-4073. If you are part of our Rainbow Brothers and Sisters, the LGBTQ community, they have the Trevor Project, which is 1-800-488-7386. If you're like me and seen too much things downrange, we have the Veterans Crisis Line. That's 1-800-273-8255. All these numbers are free. All these numbers are for your disposable at need. I called the Veterans Crisis Line. They've been on the phone with me. Please, if you need somebody to talk to, just talk to somebody. Like I told in the beginning of the show, you could dial 911. They'll talk to you. They will talk to you. You can't be scared. Just love each other. Protect each other. Check up on each other. Make sure you guys are all right. You may not know me, but I love you. Peace be with you.
All right, gentlemen, and for my plugs is once again, I'm going to plug Pro Wrestling Magic because that's my next event that I actually have coming up. It's going to be J. George Cinematic Masterpiece, September 11th. Bell time is at 7 p.m. Doors open up at 5:30. Between 5:30 and 7, they're going to have a pre-show, and it's going to be held at the Knights of Columbus at 106 Virgin Ave in Richfield Park, New Jersey. Some of the talent on the card, you see world champion Erica Lee. That's right. They have a female champion taking on Killian McMurphy. Dark Arts champion Darius Carter. Junior heavyweight champion Saeed Al-Sabah. Women's champion Jordan Blade. Tag team champions the Meat Locker, Adam Payne and Wrecking Ball Lagursky. Also in action, Victor Benjamin, Lady Frost. From ROH, Tony Deppen, MV Young, and from AEW, Daniel Garcia. You can check them on Facebook and Instagram at Pro Wrestling Magic, as well as Twitter. You can follow them at Wrestling Magic, and you can watch them exclusively on IWTV, which is independentwrestling.tv. It's only $100 for the whole year, and you can see wrestling from all over, and their show at 7 o'clock will be live on there. Also going on, like everyone mentioned, for September 11th, we will be, Breakfast and Bystands will be in studio at Last Out Media at 10 a.m. Austin, are you going to be there with us for that one?
Oh, yeah, dude. Of course.
Okay, well, that one there is our patriotic show. Basically, we're going to be talking about gimmicks and matches in the world of professional wrestling that had some kind of patriotic meaning behind it, whether it was a pay-per-view, a boot camp match style, or just the gimmick alone. Like I said, that's at 10 a.m., as well as the rest of the Devereaux sports teams that's going to be on air for the anniversary for just happens to fall on September 11th. Go figure. But also, don't forget about our other shows. We're here every Thursday night, 9:05. The Old School Show as a regular on Saturdays at 8 a.m. The Gobbler Inc. at 9 a.m. Sundays, the Sullivan Squad, 9 a.m. And the Combat Misfits, now that they're known as, at 10 a.m. And Austin, user on, do you have a regular set time now, or is it just this weekend?
I believe we are going to have a set time going forward. I will find out exactly what that time is and make sure I get that info to you.
Okay, yeah, so tune in to Austin, Chucky, and the crew as they're going to bring you the Kensington Crackheads. I mean, I don't know. They ain't got a name for their show yet, so we're trying to... So people out there watching, if you can come up with a name for Chucky, Austin, and whoever else they have on their squad on the show. I believe he brought up what the not I-95 squad or something like that, or the Old City Crew and some other ones and stuff.
I feel like a bad tag team. Like there were so many just crazy names thrown out over like an hour and a half.
Well, you feel like a bad tag team. How about we just call you guys the Marty Jannettis?
No,
Oh, man.
no.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I know. That's an insult to
Listen. If they call themselves the Marty Jannettis on as a name, Devereaux Sports Podcast might just died.
because that's an insult to Marty Jannetty himself.
Or get kicked with sweet chin music.
Contrary to popular belief, I get good pop. All right.
It would get a good pop. I'm not going to deny it, but some bad PR is good PR. So what the hell? Roll with it.
Yeah, I go off for the pop levels here, dude. John sleeping.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to say something. So I didn't get to the little get together on time on Saturday because I had an audition.
Oh, you suck.
I had an audition for a movie, which, to my surprise, I didn't get the role that I auditioned for because my role that I got auditioned for was supposed to be for one line. Yeah. I actually landed a main role in the movie to one of the main characters. So the movie I'm going to be in is called The Blood Within. We're going to probably start filming in either September or October. And then when it is done filming and it's all edited and stuff, we're going to do a big premiere in a theater where we rent it out and people pay to come and watch it with all of us from the cast.
Dude, that's awesome.
Just saying, your boy Dennis Brandow, a.k.a. Dennis Reaper, is in an effing movie. And it's a horror / psychotic / I forget what the other way was. Do not bring kids. Just putting it out there. Do not bring
kids. What you're saying is we may have a movie that you gonna get bodied in. Like 8 different ways from Sunday, and your head is gonna be on the cement going, why? You know.
No, I don't die. But I definitely I have the whole script.
I'm guessing is Domsey going to be the main character because
Domsey's not in this movie. This actually you have to actually have acting skills.
Wow!
Oh man!
Oh, and I love Domsey. I love
he
Domsey.
Don't
get me wrong.
On.
I do. The man has been kicking it on other roles in New York and being on Blue Bloods. I gotta give Domsey that. Yeah, much love for you, bro.
Yeah, me and him talked about getting on some stuff. About trying to get some roles as extras.
And this is all because of Antonio. I haven't even posted it on Facebook that I got the role yet. I wanted to drop the bomb tonight. Forgot to do it earlier. But no, so like Antonio, we all know, got me into this audition because it's someone he knew as a director. And they were like, oh, you fit this role for a guy named Bill that has one line. One line, I was good for that. That's me. Get up there and the director's like, oh, yeah, you were in an audition for Bill. I want to throw you a curveball, okay? And it worked out because, I understood the role that the guy was. The wording, I've been in that scenario. I've been in that world before, so I understood who I was trying to portray, and it worked out great in the first reading with the director. And then they paired me off with somebody that's the other main star of the movie. So technically, it's a leading role to who I am. It's the guy that's the main role, and then there's me as the adults. But dude, let me just say, me and him knocked it out where the director was like, I need popcorn. Where's my popcorn? Give me he believed everything we said. But and I said to him, I was like, well, I was a little mad because people were talking when we were trying to read our lines to where he had to stop us in mid stride. And then I was like, I made the joke of never cut a wrestler off in mid promo. Because you get real emotion, and I gave you real emotion. But yeah, I had to plug that. I had to get it out. because it's been killing me. I haven't said something yet on the internet.
Hey, whatever works. I'm glad you got it out. But guys, gentlemen, times are up. We're at 2:30 right now.
Yeah, it's
2 hours.
11:30. I'm still eating macaroni.
Yeah, you're still eating, son of a. But
it's sitting next to me.
But anyway, people, thank you for tuning in. If you stuck around to listen for us to bullshit the rest of the time after we spoke with Anthony earlier, thank you for sticking around. We appreciate it so much. Like I said, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe anywhere on social media that you might find us. It's real easy. Go to bodyslams.pro. You can find what the hell is that?
That is not me this time. I heard that.
Somebody got
What?
some kind of. Sounds like a bug zapper. I don't know.
No,
but,
it sounds like a bag of chips. It might be
It does sound like a bag of chips.
I thought because it started where he put something in his mouth. I swear on everything. I thought it was him.
All right, yo. It's late. We're tired. We're acting stupid. Everyone, thanks for joining me. I'll see you at the after party of this when we jump back in. For Austin, for Mikey, for Dennis, and for me and T, thank you for tuning in to Thursday Night Slam. Peace out.